Lesson 58, campaigns, elections and campaigns, part 2. I think we left off lesson 57 talking about how no one could have anticipated Bernie Sanders contesting the Democratic nomination, just like no one could have anticipated Donald J. Trump contesting and winning the Republican nomination. Secretary of State Clinton, former Secretary of State Clinton, had a much smaller field of Democrat candidates to vanquish on her way to the Democrat nomination. You better do well early or you're finished. This is running for president. Candidates drop out after Iowa, the very first caucuses. Mike Huckabee for the GOP, that's the grand old party, the Republican Party. Martin O'Malley, the Democrat, both of these candidates dropped out after poor showings in the Iowa caucuses. So you better do well early. If you do not do well in Iowa, you better do well in New Hampshire. That's the first primary. Or you better do well in South Carolina. Or frankly, you're done. Of course, your candidate, your long, hard campaign can be over in just a flash. That's a YouTube video of Howard Dean, Democrat candidate back in 2004 for the Democrat nomination, in which he gave a campaign speech in Iowa after a disappointing third-place finish. He was the front runner going into the caucuses, finished third, and he gave a speech to his dispirited supporters in which he tried to rally them, and his speech ended up doing him in. If you're curious, just Google Howard Dean Iowa campaign speech. Okay, after you secure your party's nomination by winning enough delegates to guarantee you a win at your party's convention, the next big newsworthy event is selecting a vice presidential candidate who will run with you on your ticket. Famous tickets go back to Kennedy Johnson, Kennedy, the senator from Massachusetts, and Lyndon Baines Johnson, I believe he's from the House. He's from Texas. I believe he was a House member, and a very powerful House member, who formed a formidable ticket in 1960. First woman on the national ticket was Geraldine Ferraro, 1984. Bush Quayle, 1988, significant because Dan Quayle was a young junior senator from Indiana. I think he was only 42 years of age to be on the ticket with the elder Bush. This is George H.W. Bush in 1988. Gore Lieberman, 2000. Joseph Lieberman, first Jewish candidate on a national ticket with Al Gore. Dick Cheney in 2000 for George W. Bush was the ticket for the Republicans. And John Kerry and John Edwards in 2004 was a Democrat ticket. Kerry was the senator from Massachusetts, and Edwards the senator from North Carolina. We call that a favorite son on a ticket, when you have a person from your state who's on the national ticket. Favorite son. McCain Palin, second woman on the national ticket for the Republicans. Obama Biden in 2008 and 12. Barack Obama, first-term senator from Illinois, and Joseph Biden, long-term senator from Delaware. Trump Pence, 2016, and Clinton Kane, 2016. The national conventions are really big. You expect to get what's called a polling bounce out of the convention by dominating the week's news from Monday through Thursday. Convention bounce. And then Labor Day, the race is on. The public really starts to pay attention not just us political junkies like Mr. Gus, but the public at large starts to pay attention. Candidates focus most of their campaigning in the battleground states. These are the swing states. They can go either way during the general election. Such swing states are Florida and Ohio and Wisconsin and Pennsylvania, which is not colored, but that's a big swing state. These industrial northeast states. Nevada, Colorado, also swing states. In the 2012 election, Wisconsin, Ohio, Pennsylvania, North Carolina, Virginia. It's 2012. 2016, this past year, big swing states. Donald Trump won almost every single swing state. Pennsylvania, Ohio, Wisconsin, Iowa. These were big wins for Donald Trump to win those states. And those states carried him. Won Florida as well and North Carolina. Virginia was won by Clinton. But all those other swing states, except for Colorado, went for Donald J. Trump. And that is how he was able to win the Electoral College. Candidates give speeches, appear on TV, hold news conferences, face each other in televised debates. Debates can really make a difference. It's when the ADD, American Republic, start paying attention very closely. Yes, I do call the American public attention deficit disorder. Famous debate moments. The first televised debate, Kennedy-Nixon, the great debate. Then the next televised debate was actually 16 years later, Ford-Carter. I'm not going to go through all these moments here. 1980, Reagan-Carter. 1984, Reagan-Mondale. I could tell you each of these as I witnessed them in real time as they were happening, these very big important moments. Sometimes they were screw-ups. Sometimes they were big lines that were memorable, that gave the advantage to one candidate over the other. 1984, Reagan-Mondale, are you better off? 1988, Bush-Dukakis, oh, Bernie. 1988, Benson-Quayle, vice presidential debate, you're no Jack Kennedy. 1992, Gore-Quayle-Stockdale, a third party candidate on the stage with the Republican and Democrat candidates. Who am I? Why am I here? 2000, Bush and Gore. Lockbox. 2000, Bush and Gore invading personal space. 2004, Bush and Kerry. You forget about Poland. 2008, Obama, McCain. That one. 2008, Biden, Palin. Can I call you Joe? 2012, Obama, Romney. First debate, really, which Mitt Romney won pretty handily over President Obama. But then 2012, Obama bounced back in the second debate. Please proceed. 2012, Biden and Ryan. That's just a bunch of malarkey, Joe Biden. 2016, Clinton-Trump. Who can forget their two debates? Wrong. 2016, Clinton-Trump invading personal space. 2016, Clinton-Trump on the attack. Other images from 2016 Clinton-Trump debate. Time of my life. October surprise. Opposition research is dumped on a candidate right before the election that really hurts the candidate. Right before the November election. The Trump bombshell was the Access Hollywood tape. The video, I think it's well documented what he said on tape. Definitely admonitions of sexual misconduct, to put it politely. Yeah, some more admonitions of sexual misconduct by Donald Trump before he was running for president, if you want to be perfectly fair. After the revelation of this video, many Republicans withdrew their support of Trump, but it didn't take them long to get back on the bandwagon. Electoral College is our indirect way of choosing the president. We know this, that actually we select our presidents through the Electoral College. Voting is indirect, actually, because in reality, a small group of electors actually choose our executive, right? 538, the total number of House members, plus senators, plus 3 electors from the District of Columbia. That's the 23rd Amendment. So we have 538 electors total. Each state's guaranteed at least 3 electors. We have 15 because we have 13 House members and 2 senators, 15 total electors. Each candidate has a slate of electors lined up, ready to vote for them, depending upon how the popular vote goes. The popular vote was on November 6, 2012. It's always the first Monday after the first Tuesday after the first Monday in November. So if Tuesday falls on November 1st, that would not be election day. It's the first Tuesday after the first Monday in November. So the popular voting results in 2012, Romney beat Obama. Therefore, Romney got to choose his 15 electors to meet on December 17th at our legislative building in downtown Raleigh, the Capitol, to vote to cast their votes for president and then for vice president. The 12th Amendment, we're going to separate ballots. Electors will vote for president, and then electors will vote for vice president. Separate ballots, the 12th Amendment. Therefore, you'd have the same candidates, same president and vice president from the same party. Electors meet in their respective capitals, and it's the second Wednesday on the first Monday after the second Wednesday in November. I'll get that straight. This is by law when the Electoral College meets. They don't all meet in one place. They meet in their respective state capitals on the first Monday after the second Wednesday in December. That's when the electors meet. So there you go. A simple majority to win. 538 divided by 2 is 269, so we need one more. 270 to win. You could debate Electoral College. We're not going to have enough time to debate that in this course this semester, unfortunately. It's a good debate. And that ends elections and campaigns, part 2.